Another actor has joined Jurassic World 4 to star alongside Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Manuel Garcia Rolfo. British actor Rupert Friend has also joined the project. Not only that, apparently the entire cast list for this movie has now been shared online, along with character names. We'll be taking a look at that in this video, as well as taking a look at some of the filming locations and dates that have now been shared online too. Welcome back to Jurassic Outpost. Let's waste no time and jump straight in. So to start with the more official news, The Hollywood Reporter has reported that British actor Rupert Friend is joining Jurassic World 4 to star alongside Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Manuel Garcia Rolfo. Rupert Friend is an accomplished actor who has starred recently in Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. He actually starred alongside Scarlett Johansson in that film. He was also in Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series on Disney+. He's also known for roles in Hitman, Agent 47, and the Pride and Prejudice movie. So as I said, this news came from The Hollywood Reporter, so is slightly more official, but last night it appears that, according to Coming Soon at least, the entire cast list has now been shared. So comingsoon.net shared that Richard Gadd, Oliver Jackson Cohen, Mehcad Brooks, Joel McHale, and Tobin Bell have been cast in the movie. This is the first I've heard for any of these actors, so if we take a look at this comingsoon.net article, it does give us this information. New Jurassic World movie adds Rupert Friend to the cast. So this news actually came out on May 23rd, so it seems that many of us did not see Coming Soon report this. Says Obi-Wan Kenobi star Rupert Friend is the latest to join in the cast of Universal's Jurassic World 2025 sequel directed by Godzilla's Gareth Edwards. The actor will reportedly star alongside Scarlett Johansson in the new Jurassic World movie, which is set to release next year. English actor Friend is best known for playing George Wickham in the 2005 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice alongside Keira Knightley. More recently, he played the Grand Inquisitor in Disney's Obi-Wan Kenobi series. He's also been a frequent collaborator with Wes Anderson. He appeared in the director's Netflix short films as well as feature-length films The French Dispatch and Asteroid City. He's also had notable roles in A Simple Favor, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and The Death of Stalin. The new Jurassic World movie has been steadily building up its cast. It features an all-new storyline promised for the franchise that began in 1993 with Steven Spielberg's classic blockbuster Jurassic Park. While this is effectively Jurassic World 4, the confirmed cast contains no major players from the previous Jurassic World cast. So the article says that Rupert Friend reunites with Asteroid City co-star Scarlett Johansson, which I mentioned earlier. Now honestly, I don't think this will be the character name in the movie. I mean, it could be, but it seems like they just wouldn't have put the final names out there on the casting info. Anyway, the article continues, the interesting new cast is sure to freshen up the franchise with a mixture of recognizable faces and newer names. So among the fresher faces included are Bridgerton star Jonathan Bailey, the Lincoln Lawyer's Manuel Garcia Rolfo, and Baby Reindeer creator and star Richard Gadd, The Invisible Man's Oliver Jackson Cohen, Mortal Kombat's Mehcad Brooks, plus veteran actors Joel McHale and Tobin Bell help round out the cast. Glenn Powell recently revealed he'd turned down a role in the movie saying, "It's one of the things I've wanted to do my whole life. I'm not doing that movie because I read the script, and I immediately was like, my presence in this movie doesn't help it." As it stands, there are no plot details on the as yet untitled Jurassic World 4. All we have is the promise of it being set in a new era and containing an all-new storyline. The new Jurassic World movie is written by David Koepp. Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, and Patrick Crowley are the exec producers of the film. Director Gareth Edwards will likely be a safe pair of hands for this latest entry in the franchise. He's heavily entrenched in both sci-fi and monster movies in the past, with Godzilla, Monsters, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and 2023's The Creator. Jurassic World 4 will be the 7th entry in the franchise and is currently set to hit US theaters on July 2nd, 2025. So obviously most of that information we all know, but the cast paragraph there, that whole paragraph is mostly new information. But if we go to Coming Soon's own source, The Hollywood Reporter, those names are not listed, and I don't think they ever were. So Coming Soon obviously have their hands on extra information, but as I said, some of this information is coming from other sources. So casting sheets, casting calls, they happen differently in different countries, and in Thailand, for example, they are happening differently to how they are in the UK, but both are coming up. So we have different casting information, which gives us different information and potential character names, although again, I don't think any casting name that goes out for a massive movie like this is going to be the final character name, more a placeholder in case leaks like this do happen. But what about the full cast list? Now, this information was posted by a website, a French website called CinéSérie.com. Now, I hadn't heard of this website before, and I honestly cannot verify anything on it, but it does provide some information that aligns with, of course, other sources, and it expands upon the entire cast list. So let's go through it. It also does provide character names. Again, we cannot verify any of this information, so take all of this with a pinch of salt. But according to this website, this is going to be the full cast list for Jurassic World 4. And before we do go through those names, of course, let's take a look at that. That is a ginormous budget there. It's another giant budget for a giant Jurassic movie. I thought they were going small scale, but that is a pretty huge budget if true. I think that budget has been rumored for a fair while now, and let's be honest, I don't think that they would do Jurassic for any less. So we obviously have the three that we know about there: Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Manuel Garcia-Rolfo. Then the list continues. We have John McHale at the top there, playing a role of Ethan Hunter, which is why I do think these names are all placeholder. I probably wouldn't put too much focus on the names, although this website is providing surnames too for these characters, so let's see what happens. But Ethan Hunter is an awful name for a character. What do you think he is? What kind of character do you think he plays? Anyway, okay, so there are too many names to list here, but we see Lily Collins at the top there, Mehcad Brooks there, Wu Jing, and then the list goes on, and as you can see, there are some really great looking faces in here that start to paint a little picture about what this movie might be. But I'd be curious what you think about this cast. Again, cannot verify this information, so it would be interesting to know if anybody knows this website, or if this website has a habit of filling out cast lists and character names for upcoming movies that are entirely fake. Do you know any of these actors, and have you seen any of the projects that they have featured in? I'm sure many of you have seen Tobin Bell in the Saw franchise out there. That could be an interesting dynamic on screen. Both he and John McHale, for some reason, are giving off Lewis Dodgson vibes, although that's obviously not really a storyline I think they're going to go down. Richard Gadd is another interesting name, having just come off that Netflix series, I haven't seen it for myself, Baby Reindeer, which he wrote and directed himself, which apparently is a true story. But let me know in the comments what you think about these names. It certainly is an interesting looking cast, and a lot of smaller names on there compared to obviously the names like Scarlett Johansson. It'll be really interesting to see what Gareth is planning to do with this cast. Again, if this information is true, we cannot verify it at this time. I think now that this is out there, it's on comingsoon.net, and it's on this website. It'll be interesting to see how this is handled going forward. I think it's time for an announcement about this movie, especially with it coming in just over a year's time. That is seriously crazy. So of course we have all of those names there. We also have other information coming via casting and production weekly style websites. We know the movie is filming in the UK, in Thailand, and in Malta, and apparently it's in Krabi in Thailand. We also knew from the director of photography's website, John Matheson, that he is, of course, the cinematographer on this film. We have the line producer, Jim Spencer, and we have the first AD, Jack Ravenscroft. Apparently, the filming date has moved up, and according to this information as well, the movie is now filming. Now, according to this website, which again, we cannot verify how true this is, as it does frequently change and contain information that seems to come from a variety of sources, some true, some not so true. However, it is titled on this website Jurassic Park, and then in brackets we have Jurassic World 4, Jurassic City, which we've known about, and now Owl, for some reason. I don't know how that ties in. We have Latina Pictures down there, which is the Malta Film Studios, Amblin Entertainment, Kennedy Marshall, and Universal Pictures there. At the bottom, we have the new movie will be a completely fresh take, launching a new Jurassic era, following 3 adults and 3 teens getting stuck on the island. Now, we've heard of this information before, and once again, we cannot verify that. I'm not sure that is going to be the plot, or if there's going to be a lot more to it. It does ring a bell. Many Jurassic fans will remember some of the original Jurassic Park 3 screenplay ideas that have been talked about over the years, one involving a very similar plot to this. With David Koepp coming back, it does make you wonder if they are looking at older screenplays and taking inspiration from there. 3 adults and 3 teens getting stuck on the island. If that does appear to be the plot, I wonder if the adults are on one plane and the children are on the other. That's what I believe happened in that Jurassic Park 3 script. Anyway, this website also tells us the date has bumped to May 21st, which was last week. So apparently Jurassic World 4 in some capacity is filming. Now, if they are already in Thailand, which we believe they are, then maybe the second unit is already out there shooting for the first week. Maybe Gareth's out there handheld running around in the jungles, filming, getting used to the setup before they launch with the actors fully on the ground there. But let's wait and see until we have more information. We cannot verify this, but we did want to talk about it as it's really interesting to note that entire cast list. And of course, these dates having the filming take place May 21st and ending in October 18th. It actually gives us specifics there saying that the Malta unit will be filming July to September, which is the largest chunk of the shoot. Malta is the underwater tanks. So it's really interesting to note that a lot of the filming will be taking place in those water tanks. Will it be underwater? Will it be on the water? Is a large part of this movie set deep out in the ocean? What if this movie is some sort of 20,000 leagues under the sea scenario, but with the Mosasaurus? That certainly would be an interesting take, something that makes this quite a unique movie from all previous ones. Isolating the story to the wide open ocean. It's a pretty terrifying concept, and let's be honest, the Mosasaurus was a little bit underutilized in the Jurassic World movies in the end. Maybe they are going in this direction. Or perhaps there's just a sequence in this movie that takes place on the ocean or underwater, which is just a very, very long and intensive shoot. Anyway, there was also a rumor earlier posted, but the source cannot be verified, saying that this movie is about to be delayed. I don't think that to be true. It seems like they are well on schedule for that July 2nd, 2025 release date. Of course, it was rapid fire in the beginning and it sounded like they were rushing, but we'll see over the next few weeks, over the next few months as more comes out about this movie, how it's shaping up. So what do you think about this potential cast? And have you seen any of the projects that they have featured in? I am quite glad that story leaks have not come out about this movie yet, and I hope they don't. I hope they can keep as much of this movie under wraps as they can, at least more than they can say for the cast list, but honestly, it would be a really nice surprise going into this one, not knowing much at all. Although these days, I don't know how possible that is. I also hope that this time round, maybe Universal approach the marketing a little different. It would be nice to see some behind the scenes or official announcement coming soon to tease the movie, not spoil it, but give us a bit of an insight into that behind the scenes production. Or maybe this time round, they say absolutely nothing at all. What do you think? What are you hoping for? And what do you think this movie is about? Comment down below. We love to read your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next one.